What's crack-a-lackin, dudes and dudettes? It's Ness, and we got new secret layers out. This is a little late. It's a couple weeks after the drop, but they did the February super drop with Street Fighter, and we gotta break this down. So if you enjoy the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, i.e. do the thing. We're definitely pushing towards 100 subscribers right now, which is super duper awesome. And I definitely appreciate all the support. We are also coming up on the 1 year anniversary of the channel. So I want to do some giveaways with that coming up. So stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe, and let's jump into what these secret layers are. So right off the bat, we have the Street Fighter secret layer. This is a pretty big one. We're looking at it from the standpoint of, okay, we have 8 different fighters from the Street Fighter series, all being displayed here. And I find it very interesting that we have these specific fighters. We have primarily heroes, primarily good guy characters. And that's interesting because of the fact that really the only 2 that stand out as potential villains. First, we have Blanca, who is a bad guy, kind of only in looks. He is a mutated character. He is Guile's like best friend, who has been mutated into this monster, and he's not really a bad guy. The second one is Zangief, who is consistently kind of a bad guy, but he's not such a bad guy. So that's kind of interesting. I really like the Street Fighter series personally, particularly the lore, the characters, the comics, and the different animated movies. And from what I know of the lore, we've got major characters in the villains. And almost none of them are given it cards here. So that kind of makes me think that there might be a second Street Fighter crossover secret layer. It also begs the question of what are they going to do with the secret card in this set. I'm thinking that there's basically 3 or 4 big options that I think they could do as the secret card in this set, at least if they stay on theme. So I think the secret card here could be a Hadoken card. We could probably get some sort of either an instant or sorcery. We could get the other potential is character cards. I think we could get an Akuma or an M. Bison, or even if they wanted to be kind of cheeky, Dan. Dan would be kind of funny. But those are kind of some of the bigger ones that I think are more likely. I think Sakura is a great character, but she's also kind of a rehash of Ryu's abilities in the series. So as she is trained by him, and obviously a fan favorite, but I don't think she would be a big enough deal to get a secret card. But I think there's definitely enough characters for a second crossover. We're looking at M. Bison, Akuma. There's a number of the villains from the later video game series. Even the originals were missing Vega, Balrog. Looking at this grouping, there's just not very much representation of the bad guys. So I think that's something that is, I don't know if it's a missed opportunity or if these were just their favorite characters that they wanted to get done. I'm thinking we're going to get another crossover though. Next up, we have the Neon Ink cards. This set is so neat. We've got the cost breakdown. There's definitely some value in this one, especially with the 2 legendary lands. I think just those kind of justify this if you don't have those cards. They print these foils and then they do a silk screen process with the neon ink. So that neon ink will probably be raised. I don't think we can really trust the pictures compared to seeing these things in person. And I don't know anybody who's pulled one of the Hidetsugus. from Kamigawa. So let's I'm gonna take my chances on getting this one, just because we don't know what the secret card is, and these are some good cards that are definitely worth playing. Next up is the little planeswalkers. I like the chibi art. I think the art's really cute. I think it's definitely playing to everyone's particular art tastes. So that alone is the reason to get this set, if you ask me, or if you just don't happen to have these planeswalkers already. The secret card in this one could be really anything. I'm hoping that they stick with it and give you more planeswalkers. I would love to see a little secret card of like a chibi art for Nicol Bolas. That would be pretty cool. Or if they did something like that, obviously it would be one of the single-sided planeswalkers. I don't think they would do anything that's double-sided for this. I think it's just too much. They're just not planning it. I think a lot of the time we can also look at what the set is and kind of get a better idea of what we're going to probably be getting in the secret slot. Obviously in some of the last sets, like the Liliana's Contract one with the demons, you got the Liliana, which is awesome that they made more of those, because that card was getting very, very expensive. Then there's other ones that have been very on point. The Godzilla lands came with an Anissa Planeswalker, which is awesome. Like definitely on flavor there, because she was brought back with the Ikoria set. And Godzilla, I think he's green, and so green's Planeswalker. That kind of made a little bit of sense. The previous artist series, those have done, some of the sketch variants of that stuff. So I think we're gonna see some different stuff here. I'm hoping that they stick with the theme and we get another chibi planeswalker that maybe nobody expected, like a chibi Lily. That would be pretty cool. Also, next is the Introducing Kaito Shizuki Secret Lair, which this is just great cards. It's great value. The art on it is spectacular. I love the manga style so much. Looking at these, there's so much flavor. The art is gorgeous. The character, I feel like you really get a sense of what's happening on Kamigawa when this is all going down. I think these are great cards to add to your ninja deck if you've got a ninja deck, and really read the flavor text on these, because it does fill you in on some cool stuff that I think, unless you're really, really tight following the story, I think it gives you a little bit more, and I love that. Next up is the special guest, Yuuki Shimizu Secret Lair. This one's neat. Only 4 cards in this one, unfortunately, but I understand, when you get one artist to do multiple cards, that can be sometimes a lot. I think there's definitely some value here, but I think you're going after these if you really like the art. I gotta say, I'm excited to see that Elvish Spirit Guide get reprinted, and this will be the first time that you can get it in foil. I do think the art for this one is better than the original, but I know the original holds a lot of fondness for people who played back then. They specifically did the sketch variants before for the Johannes Voss and Thomas Brexa artist series, and so that's kind of how I feel this one's gonna go. So likely, I think there's a likelihood that this is going to be another one where we get another sketch variant. But since it's a special guest instead of an artist series, we won't know until it gets opened. The next one is a set of the basic lands, the Shades Not Included. This set, I don't have a lot to say about these basic art sets. I think a lot of them really come down to, do you like the art? Do you want to run it as your basics? And is it worth the money? I think these are super cool looking, but I also know that this is a pretty neat set of lands, because the history of this set of lands comes from them originally being proxies. And so the artist used to make these proxies and Magic reached out to them and has made them official, you know, an official Magic artist, and that's so super cool. I think that's a big win in the way to do things right and the way to build up the community. Next, we have the Pictures of the Floating World. This is a very interesting set of lands. I really do like the art on all of these. I think they're all very beautiful. Particularly the white land and the blue land, those two stand out for me the most. The Windbrisk Heights and the Sheldock Isle. Those two are above and beyond, in my opinion, the two prettiest lands in this set. But it does feel like such a loss when you look at how beautiful these arts are and how, like, just phenomenal they look, and just they're not the most playable lands. I mean, if we could, I want art like this on the lands that I want in every deck. Like, it's real hard to look at this set and not be a little disappointed at which lands were chosen just based on the value of them. But man, oh man, is the art beautiful. Last but not least, in my opinion, the Kamigawa, the manga cards. This is a set that I have to own. I have to own it for the fact that I am a huge manga and anime fan, and the storytelling throughout these cards sells it for me. It really does. I mean, I love getting to see the characters and to see them develop and move, and the story trace through the cards of you know, the Wandering Emperor and Kaito and their relationship, and then the happenings that are going on with Kamigawa. That helps sell it a lot, but just the art is gorgeous. This is something that I have to have. You know, all of these cards are all very playable, which is definitely something that I want to look for when I'm purchasing cards. If I'm going to spend money, I want to know that I'm going to play it. I don't want to just put it in my binder. Like, I really do like these cards. They are very playable. They may not be the most expensive cards in the world, but the art, I think, is selling it for me more than anything else. As for what we're going to see for a secret card in this set, so I think there could be something really cool in the back end here, and I'm hoping that we don't just see more of the foil jumpstart lands, because although those are kind of nice because we didn't have them before, the regular foiling process is coming through so bent and curved that I'm kind of hoping that that either this really gets fixed. I know that the foil etched cards I haven't seen them curl the same way, but if I'm gonna get a card that's really cool, that I have to have it, you know, I'd prefer it not be one of those. Well, I hope that you guys have enjoyed getting to go through these real quick with me. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to do the thing, and I'll see you in the next Magic the Gathering video. Bye. NES.